Hi there, I'm Cher Johnston, and today we're going to work on these little Liberty ladies. Originally I had this idea that I would show you the book and show you the pattern, because today, instead of drawing my own pattern, I just took this little hanky and I put it over top of the pattern in the book. And just trace the pattern onto the little hanky. And I started on it already. I've been working on some stuff off camera. And I thought, well, I'm just gonna turn on the camera and do some stitching. So originally I took this one here and I left about 1/8 of an inch or so to turn the edges under. Yeah, it didn't really work. So I have 2 strands and I'm sewing this down too far. See, her head is supposed to come up there, and her head's up there. Well, I'll just compensate. She'll just be shorter than we thought. Anyway, so I'm just stitching this on with some. I have 2 strands of DMC floss, and I think it's number 931, which is one of the ones that I've been using. And I have little tiny bits of Liberty fabrics in the book. The book is called Calico and Stitch, and it's by Sue Stitchbury, or Stitchburn, or anyways, her name is Sue. And she uses Liberty fabrics. And I had seen some Liberty fabrics on a YouTube channel, The Last Homely House. Kate introduced me to Liberty fabrics. They're so pretty. They're rather expensive. They had them at the Joann store for a short time, and they were like, it was like $30 a yard, which is a lot. And the lady once told me they don't ever go on sale. So, but they didn't have them for very long, and now, you know, Joann's is out of business. This thread, I also have 2 strands of DMC floss, and it is number 842. Thought it was a different one, but I'm not finding it right now. There is a whole bunch. I found a bunch. No, it's this one, 5 43. I did a search online, and there is a guy, Lord Thibodeau or something. Anyways, this guy gave a whole, there's a whole, what do you call it? A chart with, see, she's still, her head is still a little far from there. Anyways, got a whole chart with flesh colors, flesh tones in DMC floss. Don't have any of them. And I'm not going to go shopping and buy them right now. I probably should, because I've done a number of these ladies, and it would be nice to have thread that didn't disappear in the white background. I think I did one on something like this, and the thread just disappeared. It was just a big fail. So this is a satin stitch, and I've seen people do this where they go from here and then back like this. But I want it to be sort of padded. You know what I mean? Padded satin stitch. I would have gone back and forth this way and then covered it this way, but it doesn't matter that much. So there is her little head. Now we're going to do her little hands. And I just did one little stitch like that for that hand. And this hand is going to have some what do you call it? Some flowers in her hand. And this one has a shoulder that shows. Didn't quite connect that, did I? It's okay. We're going to go over the shoulder one more time. I think we're going to go over, I'm going to go over this, just the forearm bit. Then we're going to go down here to her legs. I think her legs look a bit too long. A bit of a stem stitch. Just to there. Then I'll make her little feet. A little foot. Another little foot. So in this book, she doesn't give you colors. You know, she doesn't, and she uses something she calls Mulan DMC. Anyways, that's going to have to do. Some books give you exact colors. They use DMC threads and they tell you which threads to use and that kind of thing. This one, she just gives patterns and tells you how to just stitch it on. Fine, I guess. Just different styles of writing and ho. And it's fine. Now I want some blue. Oh, this isn't much here, but I think it's enough. I'm just going to put some blue shoes on these ladies. This is just one strand of DMC floss. And there's a little heel there. And here's our other little heel. Here's the other part of her shoe. Those are cute, huh? All right, because I don't want to travel across there for the other lady, I'm just gonna end this thread here. Back of this lady. Her shoes are going to be same color. I didn't give her any feet. That's fine. Her shoes can be her feet. Her heel. And her shoe here. The heel. Okay, she needs to have maybe one more stitch. Because I used one strand. All right, I have to get some other thread for hair. One of them is going to have dark brown hair, and the other one's going to have something that looks a little more blondish. So I'm going to go and get colors and come back. Okay, I'm back. Before I finish, I want to show you this book, Calico and Stitch, Sue Stitchbury. And I just want to show you there's patterns in the front and in the back. There's lots of patterns. That's Sue. This is the, let me see if I can pull up some, yeah. This is the Liberty Ladies quilt. And then she has everything in, I think that's French and in English. And then these are the English directions. And she just says for this, the directions are just like, yeah, you stitch these on, you stitch these blocks, and you know, there's some patterns for the little ladies that go on this quilt. Then this is a embroidered box. And this is where I got the pattern. Here. This is the pattern that I'm doing. Then she has these pictures that are like super, super close up. There's one. These are the two ladies that I'm doing with the flowers. And there's another one that's, there it is, super, super close up. Like that's 2 strands of floss. And there's also, this is a scrap bag and a wheelbarrow. And then a little rabbit pouch. I had a feeling I would fumble with this. Some of these are just really, here it is, a cottage sewing box. This is one that I really like a lot, that I may have to, here it is, I may have to do this. I bought a different book that has a similar thing with all the sewing things. See, here's sewing accessories and a needle keep. Anyways, there's some flowers, bobbin memory rolls, a bluebird, beautiful bee. I bookmarked all this, but there's so many things. I really wanted to show it all to you, but mostly quilts. Well, not mostly quilts. A lot of quilts. A lot of different stuff, though. Anyways, it is a big, thick book. Let's see how many pages. 216 pages. So I wanted to give a shout out to, there's a lady called, Pink Southern Cotton. I will put a link to her channel in the description. She did these 4 Southern ladies, 4 Southern sisters just adorable. It was so cute, and I want to tag her so that she can see, so she can get a look at the book. So I have two different colors of brown here, 3781 and 612, and I got 2 strands of floss, and this one lady here is going to have hair that's a bit like mine, which is just straight and unkept and sort of all over the place. She had a picture of one of these ladies in there. And I went, oh, that's like my hair. Just bone straight, and this kind of goes all over the place. Not always like that. But it's okay, I don't mind. Oh, that's not enough hair. If it's me, it's got to have lots and lots of hair. My little granddaughter has hair a lot like mine. It grows really fast. It's very, very thick. I don't know how it skipped a generation. My daughter's hair is not at all like that. She has very thin, fine hair, and it just doesn't grow at all. Mine grows about 3/4 of an inch a month. And it's super, super thick, really healthy, but bone straight. It's like horse hair. It's like a horse's mane. And my friend, this other lady, is going to have hair like my friend. Oh, the other one that I wanted to give a shout out to, this reminds me, it's reminding me of her. Her channel is Stitchy Cat Lady, and I watch her videos sometimes. She does cross stitch. But anyways, I went to her Etsy shop today, and she has needle minders, which I think are very cool, but I don't really use them. I have that one that I use, but I don't use it like you're supposed to use it. Like you're supposed to, if you have your work in a hoop, you put the needle minder on, here, I'll show you, back. The back goes on the back like that. And if your work is in a hoop, then it's taut and it's, you know, but I don't use a hoop, so it clunks around, and it's just, but I do use it on the desk. And she gave a shout out to me the other day, so I thought I'd say hey back, and I'll link her channel. And then of course I have to say hi to Kathy, because Kathy watches me all the time. She, I don't know what she does, but she works night shift, and think she watches me in the middle of the night. So this is a 2-wrap French knot. And sometimes I pull them tight and sometimes not so much. This is because my friend is mulatto. Her father, I think it was her father, who was black. Her daughter once told me it was her mother, but I've met her mother. She doesn't seem like she's black. But maybe she's a fair-skinned black woman, I don't know. But my friend and her daughter have that very, very curly hair and that beautiful olive skin. Should have made her skin tone a little darker, but I don't have the thread for that. Doesn't matter. But she does have beautiful hair. She has lately, for the last, I don't know, 10 or 15, maybe 20 years, she straightens it. And never told her I don't like it, but it's not for me to say, I guess. She likes it, and that's what's important, right? I like her curly hair. She hasn't had it really curly for a long time. Her daughter's hair is not quite as curly, and she told me one time that she, after she washes it, she forms it all into little ringlets. Like she goes around her whole head and makes little ringlets. Wow, that's like, it's an incredible amount of work. Can't imagine. Cannot imagine doing something like that. My hair. Suppose I would just cut it all off. I cut my hair all off recently because I was just sick and tired of, I don't know, trying to make it do something. And now it's growing out again. All right. What do we think? We think this one looks like a very long face. This one looks like she has a teeny tiny head. Doesn't matter though, does it? Really, I don't think. Now I need to find some green thread. No, I have some blue thread right here. They're going to have little blue flowers. I've been gone because I hurt myself. I don't normally talk about that kind of thing. I know that sometimes people post everything, like on Facebook. My daughter does this a lot. She posts very negative things on Facebook when, when she has friends who die, or I don't know. When stuff happens, she just puts it all out there. But I don't, and I tend to, if I get sick, I don't tell people. I was in the hospital, and daughter told my brothers and sisters that I was in the hospital, and I got a little upset with her because I don't normally share those kind of things with people. And I went to beauty school in the 70s, and we were taught in beauty school, there's certain things you just don't talk to your customers about. You never discuss religion, politics, or money. That doesn't have anything at all to do with what I'm talking about. But except that there are certain things that you don't talk about. I feel like, if I was married and I was having trouble with my husband, I would not share that on social media. But it seems like people these days just share too much. And no, I don't agree with it. I feel like sometimes I feel like I can share with you because even though you're my friends, you're not, you're not gonna I want to say, you're not gonna talk shit to me. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna give me a hard time for anything I say because you're all my friends, right? That was not supposed to be there. That was supposed to be at the bottom. That's fine. I'll do this. These are those little, oh, I don't know what these are called. I forget. Not a buttonhole wheel because it doesn't go all the way around. It's a blah, 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 blah. It's a whatever. I'm going to go up to the top. And here. And up. Nope. Need to go at the bottom like that. Okay. One of the reasons that I didn't, I hurt my fingers even. And one of the reasons that I didn't want to do any videos is because I had, nasty looking things on my fingers and my arm. And my face looks like hell, but I have a faceless channel. So you guys don't care. You guys don't care if my face looks like hell. You don't care if my elbow's all banged up. It's getting warm again. I need to turn the air on. I think with the microphone you can't hear it, but if you can, maybe I'll just be quiet and get rid of the sound when I edit. I don't really like to do that. I don't like to. I do sometimes. I edit a lot and speed it up and mute myself and kind of thing. But sometimes I like to jibber jabber, and I I don't think that you mind, or if you do, you can just mute me and fast forward, you know? Why not? I also have some pages done on um my blah blah blah, my journal that I'm working on. Okay. That's enough for now. Now I need to get, whoops. Ah, I need to get some, these are little fence posts. I need to get, I think, some black or dark gray to put those in, and I need to get some green. We'll be back. All right, I finished this up last night. And I ironed out all the blue. And I just wanted to share with you some of this is going to be a pocket for my journal. I took some of the little twin cheese and I added a little bit of, other stuff. This one, I just can't get over this one. I just love it. So now I don't know. I'm also working on finishing up this. I'm going to do a little bit more to that one. I don't know if they're going to be paper clips. I'm working on the rest of my journal. I thought I'd share that with you as well. Okay, this one, I used my die cut machine to cut this into a circle, and it kind of flattened all this out, but it's coming back nicely. And I put it on just some regular cardstock, but this paper is, this is from a coloring book that was printed with artist grade, like watercolor paper. So it doesn't, and I wish I had made it a little, anyway, that's fine. So that's that one. And then I made this one. This is from a Sarah Lee Anderson tutorial. So is this one. This is this is from a book called Unquit Art. Kirsten Lynn, I don't know. I don't remember her name. I'll find it. I'll put it in the description. But I love this book, and some of the art that's in the book I really like. This is a digital from Sarah Lee. This is from a magazine, Daphne's Diary, I think. And this was a tutorial. Couldn't stand to put more. There's a little pocket there, but I just put part of the, and I couldn't bear to put more and cover any of that up because it's so pretty. This, there was a tutorial that Sarah Lee did. She said she saw Michelle from the Creative Cove, and Michelle saw it somewhere else. This is the page. I don't remember where this is from. This, I waxed it so that it's sort of see-through-ish. And I'm going to put this is where this pocket's going to go. And I think I have to back it with some paper. So it'll be 2 pockets. And then I have this one. This digital is from Amity Bloom. And this is an idea from Sarah Lee. And I had taped this down with washi tape, didn't like it. I might make that into a flip. And let me see, what else do I have? Oh, I decided with all these Monet, I have these Monet, I had a coffee table book from him. I decided I would, instead of doing anything with the pages, I'm going to leave them the way they are, and then just put, this is just some scrapbook paper that I can put on the edge. And I also have lots of other artist paper. You know, I have mixed media paper, I have watercolor paper, I have something that's called Yupo or something. And I have lots of other types of papers I can put in there. So that's all for now. I'm going to continue on with these. That's where I cut that one out. But that will be a new video. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the things.